Hello everyone and welcome to the hands-on demo on Amazon EMR Elastic MapReduce. So in this demo we will create an S3 bucket for input and output data. We will launch an EMR cluster. We will prepare and upload a Spark job. We will submit and run the Spark job on the EMR cluster. We will monitor job progress and view results. We will test the whole setup and finally we will clean up all the resources. So this is the demo overview. We have EMR cluster which will be running on a single EC2 instance. That single EC2 instance needs some kind of IAM role to communicate with S3. S3 will contain input data, output result and the Spark job, which is a kind of a Python file. So first step is to create S3 bucket. So I'll copy the bucket name. I am at AWS console home. I will search for S3. So click on S3, create bucket and paste the bucket name. So the bucket name is universally unique. So if you are trying out this demo and some other student is also using the same bucket name, make sure you add some random numbers at the end. Click on create bucket. Next I will create a folder, scripts folder, and this will contain my Spark application program. So I will click the bucket first, and bucket is empty now. So click on create folder, paste the folder name, click on create folder. So this is the Spark job program, and first I will show you the data. So this is how the data looks like. So we have category, product, price, quantity and date. So what we are doing, we want to find the, based on the category, what is the highest, which category has the maximum price. So it will give me the top 5. So first it will multiply price and quantity. It will get a total sale, and then based on the category it will add all these total sales, and then it will arrange in the descending order from top to bottom. So this is how the data looks like, and this is my Spark program. So what I am saying, create a session, Spark session, then take the input data which I just showed you, sample data.csv, and then group the data frame by category first, then sum, first multiply price and quantity, then do a sum and create an alias total sales, and then order by total sales in descending order, and finally output the result to this output.results. This is also same S3 bucket, and this S3 bucket is same, and it will write in Parquet file, which I will showcase how to read that Parquet file. So what you can do, you can copy the whole script and just save this file with the exact same name. So let's say I have opened Visual Studio Code. I remove the whole data and paste it, and this is my Spark program. Now next I will upload this file to S3 bucket in the scripts folder. So go to scripts folder, which we have just created, click on upload and add files. I will copy the take the sparkjob.py file and click on upload. So the file is uploaded. Next is to create an input folder which will contain our data. So I'll close this and go to the parent bucket and click on create folder, paste the folder name, create folder, and click on input. Now I will upload the file. So what you can do, you can copy the whole content of the file, click on copy, save this file. So make sure the file name is same, save it. So I have saved it as sample data.csv. Now click on upload. So I am at input folder, add files, sample data.csv, click on upload. So our S3 bucket is ready. Now we'll create a EMR cluster. So the cluster name will be EMR demo cluster. Search for EMR. And I will open this in a new tab. Click on create cluster. I'll paste the cluster name. So you will see many application bundle. Default is Spark Interactive, which comes with all this software, Livy, Hadoop, Jupyter, Hive and Spark. So you can select the some other application bundle like Core Hadoop, Flink. So the software will change. So depending on your business requirement, you can choose an appropriate bundle or you can go with the custom also. But in this case, I will just choose the default Spark Interactive and Amazon Linux release and uniform. So this is important, cluster configuration. So I'll just go with the default primary. I'll just choose one m5.xlarge. So this will cost you some money because there is no free tier in this case. And I don't need core EC2 instance. So I will remove this. So what I can do is remove instance group. So this will remove the task instance group and then click remove instance group. So now I will have just one single EC2 instance which is of type primary, and I will keep the rest all settings as default. EBS root volume and networking, everything is default. Steps I will add. Step is the way how you submit your job to the Spark cluster or EMR cluster, and just select EMR service role because it needs a service role. So just select create a service role. And under EC2 instance profile for Amazon EMR, so EC2 instance profile are like IAM roles, and these IAM roles are required by EC2 instances to talk to AWS services. So in this case, I will say create an instance profile. So this will create an IAM role, and because there is a bucket which it needs access, so I can say browse S3 and make sure you select the bucket which you have created for the demo. So I'll choose that bucket, so that it will give appropriate permissions, and this EC2 instances should be able to read and write to this particular S3 bucket. So I'll click on add. So now there are two buckets, one is used for logs and one for input output and your Spark job, and that's all. Click on create cluster. So the cluster status is starting, and this may take around 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll pause the video and come resume when the status is waiting or ready. So after around 10 minutes, the cluster is ready and it is in the waiting status. Waiting status means it is waiting for some job to be submitted. And if you go to the instances tab, you will see which EC2 instance are part of this particular cluster. So there is one, and I can check out that same information if I go to EC2. So I'll search for EC2 and open this in a new tab and click on instances which are running, and herein I will see the EC2 instance which is part of EMR cluster. So we have seen all this configuration, and we have given, so after waiting for 5 to 10 minutes, and remember we have given this particular S3 bucket to be part of instance profile, and we have checked out the EC2 instance, and there are some user interfaces which are available. So if I go to the EMR cluster, so you can click on Spark history server, so this is loading user interface for Spark history server, and same way you can click on yarn timeline server and test UI. So you will see a pop-up and you just approve the pop-up so that it will open in a new tab on your browser. So it says make sure you allow the pop-ups for this site. So preferences, allow pop-ups from US East 1. So I'll close this, and so this is the UI for test and for your application history, and the third one will be the Spark history server and the yarn timeline server. So anyway, once I submit an application, it will become it will add more value, like we don't have any application running, and this is for history server for Spark, and if you have any test DAGs. Okay, so next we'll do a EC2 instance connect. So in case you want to directly make some changes to your EMR cluster, you can also connect via EC2 instance connect. So for that, you just have to open the firewall port in your security group. So security group is like a firewall. So make sure you add your IP. So you can add your specific IP, but in this case, I will just use this particular everywhere so that I can connect with browser based EC2 instance connect. So what I can do, select the EC2 instance and click on security, and under security groups, I will open this in a new tab. Click on edit inbound rules and click on add rule. So first will be SSH. So click on SSH and here select my IP. So this is a secure way. So if you are connecting from your local machine, but for this demo I'll just say from everywhere, because I'll be connecting through browser based EC2 instance connect. So I'll just say anywhere. So I'll just add these two rules and click on save rules. Now you can connect to your EC2 instance EMR cluster. So click on connect to the instance, and so for EMR cluster the username will be Hadoop, and click on connect. So you are able to connect, and you will see EMR. So this is EMR cluster, and this is how it looks like. If you have a regular EC2, it will show something like EC2 or Amazon Linux or something else. So we are able to connect, and now we'll submit a job. So job, it's called as step. So step is basically submitting some kind of a Spark job or Hadoop job. So I'll call it my Spark app. So what you have to do is go to the EMR cluster and click on steps and click on add step. Make sure you select Spark application, paste the name of your app, and deploy mode will be cluster mode, and then where is your Python Spark job. So you have to basically browse to your S3 bucket and go to the scripts and select the sparkjob.py, and that's all. Rest all settings are default, and click on add step. So now this job is submitted and it is pending. So if you just click refresh, it will start running in a few seconds or a minute. So after a minute or two, the job is successfully completed. So we have added the step, and job is successfully completed. So this is screenshot. I tried before and I did not give right permission, so it failed. But in this case, it completed immediately, so there were no issues. So you can run as it is. You can check out all the history and all. So now if I close this particular UIs, you should be able to see the history and all. So if I go to the properties, and now if I click on Spark history server, and I will click on yarn also. So actually we have not given anything test related because we are using yarn, so there are no records. And here is for the other one, for the yarn timeline server, we are seeing. So I'll close DAG, this one test DAG, and here you can see the Spark job which we have submitted, and in the Spark history server you should see the application. So you can download the event logs, and you can see all the different stages. So these are the different stages of one single job. So we have seen this, and finally we'll check out the results in S3 bucket. So what you can do, you can go to the S3 bucket and click go to the base location, and you will see the folder is created automatically by the script. So click on output and results. So there is a success file and the actual result file. So I'll save that file. So I'll click here and click on download. So I'll save it to desktop. So what you can do, you can go to this particular website parquetreader.com, and once you do that, all you have to do is browse for file and give your Parquet files. So I have chosen Parquet because that is the typically what we use in all production environment. And so you can see, so this is the result. So electronics category has total sales of 5019.84, and then home and kitchen second 12,019, then clothing has 809, sports and outdoors 769, and books 200 something. And finally we'll clean up all the resources. So first is to delete the EMR cluster. So I come here and click on terminate and terminate cluster. So this will take care of deleting your EC2 instance and all other things, so you don't have to worry about that. Next is to delete the S3 bucket. So I go to the S3 console and go to the buckets, select EMR demo and click on delete. It will say the bucket is not empty, so click on empty bucket and copy paste permanently delete. And click paste and exit. So now I can delete this particular bucket. So click on delete and I will copy the whole name, paste the whole name and click on delete bucket. And EMR has created this bucket for logs also, so I can first empty it and then I will be able to delete. So I'll type copy paste permanently delete and empty, exit and then select it and delete the bucket. So you have to copy paste the whole bucket name and delete bucket. Okay. Next, okay, we have deleted the logs bucket also, and I'll make sure the cluster is getting terminating and there are no buckets, and there are few EMR roles which it has created, so I'll delete those as well. So search for IAM. I'll open this in a new tab. So I'll click on roles and these are this is the instance profile. There's one extra from my previous run. I will delete that also, and service role, EMR service role. So they are basically for the demo. It will create one each of one will be instance profile and one will be service role. So I'll click delete and copy paste delete. And that's all. Thanks for watching.